Alright, let's get real for a second. We live in a world that's constantly trying to put us into boxes, by the way we look, where we come from, or even the languages we speak. But let's pause and ask ourselves, what do these labels really mean? You and I, we're the same species. Underneath it all, we share the same basic biology, the same needs, the same hopes and dreams. We're all just people trying to make sense of this world together. No matter your skin color, where you live, or what language you speak, biologically, there's only one race, the human race. That's not just a feel-good statement, it's a scientific fact. The differences we see on the outside are just tiny variations, not separate categories. Yep, that's right, science backs it up. Geneticists have studied people from every corner of the globe, and the results are clear. We're far more alike than we are different. The so-called racial differences are superficial, skin deep, literally. Every single person alive today comes from the same ancient ancestors. We all trace our roots back to the same small groups of humans who migrated, adapted, and survived together. Our family tree is more intertwined than most of us realize. So why do we act like we're so different? Why do we let these surface-level traits divide us when deep down, we're all connected? Here's the uncomfortable truth. It didn't happen by accident. The divisions we see today were carefully constructed over centuries. For centuries, the elite, those in power, have pushed the idea that we're divided. They've used race as a tool to separate us, to make us easier to control, and to keep us distracted from the real issues. They want us to see each other as us versus them. They want us to focus on our differences, not our shared humanity. Why? Because when we're busy fighting each other, we're not questioning them. We're not asking who benefits from our division. Let's break it down. In school, in movies, even in the news, we're fed stereotypes. We're shown images and told stories that reinforce the idea that we're fundamentally different from one another. We're told stories that highlight our differences and ignore our similarities. But science says otherwise. When we actually sit down and talk, we find we have so much in common: our fears, our joys, our struggles. Genetically, humans are 9% the same. That's right, 99.9%. The tiny fraction that's different is what gives us our unique looks, but it doesn't define who we are inside. That tiny 0.1%? It just changes things like hair type or skin tone. It's like changing the cover of a book, but the story inside is almost identical. Inside, we're all built from the same blueprint. Our hearts beat the same, our brains dream the same, and our bodies heal the same way. So, what am I saying? I'm saying it's time to question the stories we've been told. It's time to look past the surface and see the truth for ourselves. The idea of separate races is a myth. It's a story invented to keep us apart, to make us forget how much we share. It's a social invention, made up to keep us apart. But we have the power to break those chains, to rewrite the story. And honestly, it's still working. We see it every day, in the news, in our communities, even in our own thoughts. But it doesn't have to be this way. The elite benefit from our division. When we're divided, we're easier to control, easier to distract, and less likely to demand real change. The more we argue, the less we unite for real change. Imagine what we could accomplish if we worked together instead of against each other. But here's the good news. Once you start to see through the illusion, you can't go back. You start to notice the connections everywhere. Once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. You start to recognize yourself in others, no matter where they're from or what they look like. You realize that every person you meet shares your story. They laugh, cry, dream, and hope just like you do. We're all living out our own chapters in the same human story. We're all on the same team. When one of us wins, we all win. When one of us hurts, we all feel it. If we want a better world, it starts with one simple idea. There is only one race, the human race. That's the foundation for real unity and progress. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Don't let old ideas or outdated systems keep you from seeing the truth. The next time someone tries to divide us, remember what's real. Stand up for unity. Stand up for humanity. Stand up for the truth that connects us all. Let's spread some truth today. Let's remind each other that we're in this together. One world, one people, one human race.